Welcome back everyone to the ultimate guide to Blender 3D rigging and animation, and this is where we left it off. So now what we're going to do is we've rolled it in there, as we can see. There's our boulder. So now we basically want it to disappear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have, it's there in frame 120. We're going to keep it here. So in other words, if I grab my root bone, so boulder, let's grab the root bone here. So this bone. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press I, location, rotation, scale, like so. Now I know that this root bone overrides this other bone. That's why it's called a root bone. So in other words, from 130 to 131, I can now scale this back to 0, like so. Now what I can do is I can grab all of these up to this 130 mark. So I'm going to grab them all, like so. All of those, grabbing this one here. Then I'm going to press Shift D, drag them all the way over, up to nearly the 300 mark. So somewhere like so. Now, if I come in now and I say, right, let's go there, you'll see that it disappears. And then as it starts to get there, it starts again to be that size. So we now want to say 169 S0. There we go. Now, let's see if that works. So here we go, rolling, rolling, rolling. Rolls into there, stays there a second, pops back. There we go, starts going again. Now, the thing is, as you saw, because I've copied that over from here, I didn't actually grab both bones. So the easiest way now is just to grab all of these bones. And then what we're going to do is we're going to press A, and I'm going to bring them up. So Shift D all the way up to 300, like so. And now let's see what that looks like. So rolling, rolling, rolling along to there, disappears, reappears, and it should restart. And there we go. There you go. Animated boulder. Now let's press Alt H, bring everything back. So object mode, like so. Alt H, everything comes back. And now what you should do, if you've done everything, first of all, let's take off the names, these bones, because that's kind of annoying. And then what we can do is we can come in now and hide all our bones. First of all, though, let's put them into their own rig. Their own collection. So this is basically the part of the course where we just tidy everything up. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to right click, new collection. I'm going to call it rigs, like so. Then I'm going to grab all of my rigs, drop them into there. So, and now I can hide all those out of the way. Now everything should still work, which it does. So now what I'm free to do is bring in my vines, bring in my lights and plane. And now we can actually go back to our cycles. We can come back to this simplify. What you want to do is put this on 6, put this on 1, and then put this either at 4K or 2K, whichever one your machine can handle. I want to put mine on 4K. And then finally, what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to hide the lights out of the way because I really don't need to see them. But you don't actually have to hide them out of the way over here. You can just turn them off on here. And now what we can do is we can put this onto our cycles, and then everything should be back there. In fact, we won't do this on cycles because you won't actually be able to see. You can see if I press spacebar, things start to move, but it's really, really blurry. We don't actually want that. So what we'll do is we'll put it on material mode, let everything load up, and then we should be able to press spacebar now and have everything working. So we get to have a real good view of how this is actually going to work. Now, the other thing is at this point, you could also bring in a camera turntable, and then you can see how you can get a full animation. So you've already done the camera turntable a bit earlier on the course, and now you can actually put it into action. So we can see, well, look at this first. So it's shaking, rocks coming down, monkey goes down, sandbag comes up, shaking again, more rocks come down, as you can see. This swaps over now for the monkey. Moving on then, we've got the whip going down. You can see the little branch moving up and down. We can see that we've got our rock rolling along out of the vines, disappearing into here. Then it will reappear here and start rolling again. We can see we've got a stepping stone disappearing and then reappearing like so. I'm wondering if I think I've hid that plane. Yeah, I've just hid that plane. Doesn't matter. And finally then, well, we've got our spikes as well coming in and out, look, like so. And then finally we've got our arrows, which are going to be firing into the wall here, disappearing. Fire out some more, hope. There we go. There's the arrows. All right, everyone. So that basically brings us to the end of the course. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you learned a lot from it. And I hope you can actually use this in the future for any time that you come across an animation where you're not quite sure about, or you just want to, reflect on something and actually use it to remember how you actually did something. I do that a lot. So this will also be handy to me just in case I forget, how did you do the morphing, or, how did you do the growing of vines and things like that. So really, really handy for in the future. If you could, I'd be really appreciate it if you give us a nice review, letting people know what they thought about, the course, all the good things about it and things like that. All right, everyone. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy modeling, everyone. Bye bye.